You're listening to Court Reserve Unscripted with me, Ashley Owens. Hello, my friend. Welcome. Thanks for joining me for a few minutes.
Morning, Ashley. Thanks for having me.
So tell me what you do on a daily basis right now.
So, my title is VP of Racquet Sports for Invited. We're the largest owner and operator of private clubs and racket sports in the United States. Right now, my bandwidth is about 90% pickleball, about 5% tennis, and about 5% the additional racket sports that are out there.
So tell me what's changed about what you do in the last, say, 5 years with the addition of pickleball to our game.
So about, 5 years ago, we had a total of 7 pickleball courts in the company. And we just finished our 400th court over the last 4 years. It's either through building or converting. Pickleball has become the focus for our clubs as well, being that the largest segment of growth is the golfer who never participated in a racket sports previous to pickleball.
So tell me on a day-to-day basis, what gets you excited about what you get to do every day? When you jump out of bed, like what are you excited to do?
I enjoy mentoring the teams. We've got some really high-end directors, and we've got some very high-end properties that are really delivering tennis and pickleball at a high level. I like trying to, install those guys to mentor others. I enjoy mentoring them. And it's been really important to make sure that we're building career paths for our pros to be able to stay in the industry and move through the progressions that are racket sports leadership.
What do you say to a young, maybe tennis or pickleball or padel or whatever their sport is? What do you say to them if they're interested in creating a profession in this lane?
I learned the business side. First and foremost, obviously, you need to deliver on the court as you're young in your career and you're kind of figuring out building your pillars. But to learn the business side, we are very big about promoting directors from within. But I need to make sure that they can forecast revenue, they can understand participation, they can manage our court sheets, have accurate payroll, business acumen. So that's what I would tell the young folks is don't just get caught up in teaching for cash in your pocket. Make sure you're learning the business, the pro shop, the retail, so you can run a business and then you can also have other people work for you.
So in the club space that you see today, is there a difference in the pickleball player versus the tennis player?
Yeah, I would think at least the initial competition between the two sports has really subsided a lot, which is great. I would tell you that the tennis player is more inclined to taking lessons, spending a little bit more money on their development as a player. I don't know if I would make the same comment about the pickleball players. I think the sport has yielded a very it's an easy barrier of entry and it doesn't rule anybody out. So, you take a lesson to learn how to score and then you're ready to go play. And then if you do, mechanically want to get a little better, you can. Tennis is very much a high-end mechanical sport that takes a little bit more reinforcement. I will tell you that I think the pickleball player they enjoy their time on the court a bit more. I hear a lot more laughter, a lot more smiles, a lot more social camaraderie. I think that is probably the biggest noticeable. And then I think they're also very loyal to their play groups. I think the tennis players are always trying to look to play with people that are better or people their level, where pickleball is a little bit more encompassing of, hey, you're new, come play with us for a little bit. Hey, you're really good, come play with us for a little bit. So I think I've noticed that more so than in the tennis world.
So what do you see in the next 5 years as the game changer for driving both of these sports forward?
I think, pickleball is beginning to flatten out a little bit, which I think is good. I mean, you can't sustain that level of growth forever. So I think now it's going to be more about building the social communities in terms of the pickleball, making sure that in our case, private clubs, making sure that your members are connected to each other, to the club, to food and beverage, to retail, to make sure that it's kind of their home away from home. I think I'm worried a little bit about pickleball and the way the sport is evolving, where it really started out being different than tennis, where it was a lot more touch and feel, a lot more angles, a lot more played, where now I'm starting to see the evolution where people are sitting on the baseline just banging balls, which is what happened to tennis. So that concerns me a little bit. Um, I think tennis is in good shape. I think it's, with the new ruling, I think this is going to make it tricky for college tennis, which is my concern for junior tennis if there's some limitations on programs. But so with that being said, I think pickleball is going to end up being in the college space as well. I don't think it'll be a funded sport, but I think it's going to be a sport offered on campuses that competes regionally. So that would be where I think the progressions are going to be. And then on the pro space, I think it's going to be real interesting to see if pro pickleball can stand alone outside of an amateur event. And I think that's where I'm the most intrigued is if they are, if pickleball in general is able to sell out a stadium of, 15,000 players and it doesn't have an amateur event wrapped around it.
So my last question. So Tim and I, we are thinking about playing mixed doubles again as a couple on the court. Now you've been in our space for a long time. So what encouragement would you have for a married couple to be able to play together in a mixed doubles event on the tennis court?
Don't do it. No, but uh, what I would tell you, listen, I'm happily married 22 years, but when we do play mixed doubles together, the stress level goes up a little bit. Play for fun, don't play for results. Make sure that you understand that when the match is over, it really is never over. So anything that you do or say will carry over past the match. But you go have a ton of fun, right? Go have a ton of fun, have the social camaraderie around it, break a sweat, and just understand that nobody's perfect anymore. And if you did play college tennis and you did play professionally, you're not at that level anymore. So make sure you understand that you need to be patient with your partner.
I love it. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ashley.
Thanks for listening to this podcast. If you'd like to learn more about how Court Reserve became the go-to club management software for racket and paddle sport clubs, come say hello over on our website. There's a link in the show notes.